What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video. This story, this is a story, bruh. This is so recent. This is literally from last night. I almost lost my balls, my Scooby snacks, my Dragon Balls, my coconuts. I almost lost them. So I wanted to tell a brief story on that because it's a little bit of a vulnerable story. I won't lie. I was kind of debating whether I wanted to share this, but I feel like it is a true testament to how young men, especially black men, need to pay attention to their health and not take their health for granted, right? So I'm just gonna wait a little bit for people to hop into the stream because I believe everything should be going well. Actually, I just realized I wasn't I wasn't recording, so we'll record this, we'll record this bit. But yeah, basically, this is a 100% true story of how I almost lost one of my Dragon Balls. This happened literally last night. And I think it's a true testament to how young men need to start paying attention to their health. And we'll hop straight into it. Yo, 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 I see people hopping into the chat. I see people hopping in the chat. I think I'm hiding stuff, though. Wait, give me one sec. I'm going to get to the story in a quick second. I just have to adjust some stuff. Because for some reason, whenever I add the chat box, if I leave the chat box there, it does not stay there. Give me one sec. That's a little chat box. I'm gonna test with you guys. Anybody in the chat, just send a quick message so I can see that it's on the screen. Quick message, quick message. We got 7 people in here. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. So it's appearing on the screen now. We are Gucci. All right, perfect. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get you in on the story, bro. A little story time. Right. So for those of you who are not familiar or who are just hopping into the chat, I don't have braids right now. This is not a stream about braids. I'm telling you guys a story about how literally last night I almost lost my balls. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. So yesterday was a Sunday, right? Me and my friends, we decided that we wanted to go to IHOP. This is early in the morning, probably around 11 a.m., right? And I probably was up from 8. I was prepped from 8 a.m. I got up, I was fine. We didn't have to go to IHOP until like 11. So the reason I put this in here, I was fine. I was chilling at 8 a.m. to 12, right? So my friend comes, he picks me up. We basically rented a car because it was kind of far. Basically, the story about how I almost lost one of my, I don't know how YouTube is gonna censor me, so one of my Dragon Balls, one of my Scooby snacks, right? He picks me up. Everything is fine. I get in the car. We're chatting it up. We have to pick up 2 other people. Actually, 3 other people, but we have to make 2 stops, right? We go to pick up my boy Kendrick, and then we go to pick up 2 of my female friends, right? When we go to pick up the 2 girls, right? I was sitting in the front seat. Since my friend Kendrick is a little bit of a bigger dude, we were like, okay, we don't want to be so cramped in here. You sit in the front seat, and I'll sit in the back seat, right? So everything was cool. As soon as I step into the back seat, right, with the other girls, it got a little cramped. Instantly, I felt a pain in my groin area, right? We all adults here, don't laugh, right? I feel a pain, and I was like, damn, that's kind of weird. But, being a guy, even though that's not like a whole natural thing, I'm like, maybe it's a blockage. Maybe a boy needs a release or something like that. So I'm like, it's okay, we chilling, we vibing, right? It wasn't until we hit the highway. I started getting intense nausea, right? Every guy here, I'm assuming, you went to kindergarten. Every guy here has experienced getting hit in the balls before. It's not a pleasant experience. But one thing you do notice is that when you get hit, you feel like your entire body is on fire. Like you feel sick. You feel nauseated, right? That was what I was feeling. It got to the point where I was hanging my head out the window like a dog, right? So my head is out the window. I'm catching the breeze. Everything is like I'm nauseous. But at this point, I don't think it's like something too serious. I'm like, damn, okay, this is a little weird. Maybe it's blue balls or something. I'm like, okay, we chilling. My friend asked me, she was like, maybe it's gas. So like I said, we were going for breakfast. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just get some. Anybody from the Caribbean, you know that tea fix everything. Tea fixes everything. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought maybe I was bricked up and I didn't release. I thought that was the issue. So I was like, okay, you know what? We'll chalk it up. Hopefully it'll, because I felt this before. I felt this before, but not to the intensity, right? But the story gets worse. We get to IHOP. My friend tells me that's probably gas, so I get tea and stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm eating. We're done. We're finished. Time to go home. Friends go to drop me home. In the car, the pain spiked up again. Now let's say the pain was like at a four in when we originally started. That shit went up to an 8. And at this point, I'm getting kind of scared, right? So I'm like, bro, he was gonna drop off my friend first, and I was like, bro, I need you to drop me home like now. This is when shit gets serious, right? I'm gonna tell you guys, if you, I know as men, we sometimes we don't like to like put too much focus on our health or whatnot. Like we'll tough it out. Don't tough it out, because I almost lost one of my testicles because of this, right? But we gonna get to that part of the story. So I go home. I'm supposed to go to a church practice, right? We're supposed to have like a rehearsal. I was playing the guitar at church for that day, and my friend was supposed to sing, so we were gonna go together. So we get home. I'm like, okay, I need to take a bath or something. This is starting to hurt. It's getting to the point where I can't stand, right? I can't stand. I can't, because if I stand up straight, I feel nauseous. If I lie down, I feel nauseous. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out, but I can't go to sleep because the pain keeps, like, hitting at me, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe, at this point, I'm thinking maybe it's not even my Scooby snacks no more. Maybe it's the IHOP. Maybe it was the breakfast. Like, maybe something I ate, like I got food poisoning. Because I'm in the bathroom, bro. One thing y'all should know about me, I hate vomiting. I hate it. I will do everything I can to avoid it. Everything. I vomited 3 times in the span of like 3 hours. Like they were all hours apart. So I'm thinking that maybe the situation is getting more and more serious, and I'm getting scared because I don't vomit like that. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's food poisoning. All right, let me try and get this up, get this out. But even though like it was coming up, the pain wasn't leaving. That was the sucky part. So at this point, I'm having 3 symptoms. Number 1, my left nut is hurting, right? Number 2, my abdomen feels like it's on fire. Like the pain is stretching from my left side into my stomach area, right? Someone said you could take the hat thing off. I haven't seen your braids yet. I don't have braids yet, but I'll take the thing. I'll take the thing off. My hair is just out, right? Oh, and I don't think I got to show you guys. This is how the story escalates, right? So I'm in there for hours, puking. I took a bath. I tried everything that I could, but nothing was helping. Eventually, my roommate comes home. I had asked my female friend who I was supposed to go to practice with. I asked her to stay with me because I was like, bro, I was scared. I was like, so she made some tea, and it was kind of helping with the vomiting, but the vomiting wasn't that I had eaten something that messed me up. All of this was coming from that same left area in my groin. So I finally come out. My roommate's home at this point, and he's like, hey, man, I think you need to go to the hospital. Now, me, growing up as someone from the Bahamas, the hospital is not the first choice. It's not the first option. You don't think, like, basically in my head, I was like, I can sleep this off. That's what I was thinking. I was like, bro, maybe I just hit myself in my sleep or something. It took a little while. Maybe it's a blockage. Maybe I just need a release. and I'll be good. But thankfully, because my female friend was there, she had texted him and she said, "Hey, Tarek isn't doing too good right now. He needs to go to the hospital. I think this is testicular torsion." Right? For those of you who don't know, testicular torsion is basically a when the veins that connect to your Scooby snacks, right? I'm using senses because I don't know what YouTube is gonna think about this, right? The veins connecting to your Dragon Balls. If they get twisted, right, or wrap over each other, it cuts off oxygen. And any organ cannot last without oxygen for a while. Otherwise, it's gonna die and you're gonna lose it, right? But she threw that out there, and I was like, nah. I was like, nah. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. Let me sleep it off. But they convinced me. They're like, okay, Tarek, you should go to the hospital. My friend takes me there. At this point, you know how I said the Scooby's nice, yeah. You know how I said that the pain was like at an 8, bro? It must have been at a 9 now, because I'm in the car. I'm tapping my leg. Like I'm in such excruciating pain that when we get to the hospital, I don't like hospitals because there's such a long wait time that I'm like, bro, I'm basically gonna die in the lobby, right? So we go there. I'm sitting in. I saw this one lady. She said she basically was in there for hours. This girl was freaking out. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what was going on with her, but she was freaking out. She was like, I've been here for 4 hours and no one has taken a look at me. I'm like, bro, I don't think I got 4 hours. I don't think I got 4 hours, man. Like this looking serious, bro. So so I look at my roommate. I was like, bro, I cannot be here for 4 hours. I need to see this person quickly as possible, right? So he goes to the person like up front. He was like, hey, my friend really needs help. It's an emergency. Go up there, explain on my situation. She was like, when did this start? I was like, 11 a.m. That's important to the story. She was like, where do you feel the pain? I was like, the left testicle area, my abdomen. I'm nauseous. I'm vomiting. Important, right? So she was like, okay, I'm gonna give you this cup. Go pee in this cup and wait for them to call your name. Now, luckily, God is good, because if I didn't share that information, I don't think I would have been tended to as quickly as I was, and it wouldn't have been treated with such speed, right? But here's the thing, right? So recently I graduated from school. At my university, they had like an insurance for you. They had health insurance for you. But since I graduated, it didn't expire until like September. I forgot about it. Now, I needed to go and get a health card. But like I said, it slipped my mind. And usually I'm healthy. So I was like, it wasn't like a pressing issue, right? So I didn't have health insurance. That's not good. So I'm brought up to this guy and he's telling me, he was like, hey, need your information, blah, 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 blah. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, yo, bro, be real with me. How much is it going to cost? He was like, before you even see the doctor, I haven't seen a doctor yet. I'm still in the lobby. He's like, before we even see the doctor, the cost is $500. I say, nigga, you can't be serious. $500 and I haven't even seen the doctor yet. All I did was piss in a cup. You telling me it was $500 for me to piss in a cup, bro? Cheap as I piss in your hand and then call it a day, because if that's how much the cost of the cup, ain't no flicking way, right? So I look at my roommate and I'm like, bro, this look like this gonna be costly, right? And he was like, bro, it's up to you. Now, the reason I bring this up, there were 2 instances in which I almost decided to go home. That was me coming for that lady talking about how she'd been there for 4 hours, and that dude telling me it was gonna be like $500 to even continue. But by the grace of God, I just felt like this. I felt this in my spirit. It was like, yo, just continue, see it through, bro. I'm telling you, man, that cup had to be. Jesus had to hold that cup, bro. Right? For anyone who's just joining the story, I'm talking about how I almost lost one of my Scooby snacks last night. Right? And yeah, so I decided to go. I'm like, bro, I'm going to take my health seriously, right? Maybe another hour goes by of me waiting until I finally find a doctor. So he brings me in And he's like, hey, you've been going through this and that, blah blah blah. He's like, okay, we're gonna take a look at you. Just put this gown on. You could just like drop your pants. You could keep your underwear on. I was like, bro, this was a humbling experience, bro. You haven't been humbled until you got somebody dangling with your jewels. But I was like, bro, this for my health. This for my health. I'ma do it for my health. I just don't make no eye contact. Don't make no. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. As a doctor, he was like, "Do you want the nurse or somebody in here?" I was like, hey, I don't care. I don't care. But I was like, you just don't look me in the eye. So I'm like this. He's like, you feel that? I was like, yeah, yeah. That's where the pain is. Yeah. So that's what I was dealing with. And yeah. So he said after that, he's like, okay, I feel some swelling. We're gonna send you for ultrasound. He said, as soon as he said ultrasound, I was like, yeah, that's a good grind. That money is gone. Money is flying right now. And I'm like, if it's an ultrasound that he asking for, then it gotta be important. So, waiting there for a little bit. Guy comes to me. He takes me to the ultrasound thing. Right? I get to the ultrasound. This is where things got real serious for me. At this point, I was cracking jokes. I wasn't cracking jokes no more. Because he was like, okay. He sat me down. He was like, hey, Tarek. Bro, thank God for real. He was like, hey, Tarek. The reason we brought you here is we're testing you for testicular torsion. Basically what my friend said that she thought it was. And she said that what he said was, yeah, this is when the oxygen gets cut off by the veins. And hold on, before I even get to this part, little backtrack. They were doing a lot of stuff. Like I had to get stuck with needles for pain and stuff. So everything at this point, I'm kind of drowsy. I'm almost like high, right? As he's telling me this, and it literally to the point the people stuck me like 3 times. Like I don't know what the lady was doing. Like she couldn't find my vein or something. Basically, I got joked a couple of times, right? So this was not a pleasant experience. And he told me he was like, "Yep, we're testing for this. If there's no oxygen going to the testicle." Basically, it can die and we'll have to remove it. You'll lose the testicle. And he told me that. I was like, shit. Let's hope that's not the thing. But I'm like, bro, I got main character energy. This wouldn't happen to me. I can't be walking around like Neil Armstrong. Ain't no way. Everything's going to be fine. So he's doing the ultrasound, pressing in little areas that I'm not used to people pressing. And he finishes up the exam. He was like, yep, there is some torsion going on here. And I'm like, okay, what are the next steps? And he was like, we're going to have to take you to surgery. As soon as he said surgery, bro, I basically blacked out. I was like, surgery? Surgery, like now? Because, okay, so you remember how I told you guys the pain started at like 11 a.m.? Right? He said there's a 6-hour window when it comes to this thing. If your Scooby snack isn't getting enough oxygen for a long enough time, the chance of you losing it goes up. And that started at 11 a.m. I'm talking to the doctor at after 6. This is probably like between 7 and 8 p.m. The pain started at 11. So we done past the 6-hour mark. I'm scared, bro. Right? And he was like, okay, so we're gonna basically take you up to surgery now. I say, wow, okay, this is a little much, right? So he takes me back to my room. I'm updating my parents on the phone. Like my mom was she was holding it down. Like she was like staying calm and whatnot. I'm just telling her the situation, and I'm like, at this point, I'm starting to get scared, bro. Real talk. You don't know fear until somebody tells you that, hey, yo, you might lose one of your balls. And like, I'm literally envisioning, I'm like, how am I supposed to tell my future wife what happened? Just be like, hey, yeah, for some random reason, when I was like 22 years old, my ball started to shift in its place and then I lost one. Oops. Like, How do you bring that up in conversation? Anywho, I'm sitting in that bed. I'm talking to my friends. And at this point, bro, I'm sending so many prayers. I'm sending so many prayers. And that's why I say that God is so good. That's why I say God is so good. Right? Remember, I said two of my friends can convince me to go to the hospital. Right? So I am in that chair. And I'm calling, like, I call a group chat. And one other doctor came in. His name was also Tarek, which I thought was very interesting. Right? His name was also Tarek. He came in and he was basically updating me. So he was like, you know the situation. We're gonna take you up to surgery. We're gonna put you under. You're probably gonna be out for a little while, like up to an hour and a half. But it's a very quick surgery. And he was basically saying that he told me my original plan when I felt this pain, because I felt something similar to this before, but it went away, right? So I said that I was like, I literally said to my friends when we were home, I was like, bro, I could just sleep this off. Like by tomorrow, it'll be gone. This man, unprovoked, he told me, he was like, it's a good thing you came because if you had waited until tomorrow to come and get this looked at, you would have lost it. No if, no maybe. He told me straight up, he said, if you had come in the next day, you would have lost it. Now he's telling me that, like, after the doctor had examined it and whatnot, he basically said that he's like, it's looking good. He basically said that there's a 90-10 chance that it's going to be successful, right? So very high chances, but I'm thinking of the risks. I'm thinking of the risk. 90% chance I keep both of my balls. 10% chance I lose one of them. That's a pretty big loss, bro. Now he was trying to assure me. He was like, even if we do have to take it out, you'll still be able to have children. You'll still be able to, like procreate, ejaculate, and all of that stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to hear all that. I'm not really rocking with this flow. This is some pessimistic talk right now. Do not tell me that my life is gonna be the same if I lose one of my Dragon Balls, bro. I can't wish it back. I cannot wish it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. I'm almost like on my phone. I'm like, okay, do they have BBLs when it comes to the balls? I'm like, can I get something to replace it just in case, right? So I'm actually gonna show you guys. I was recording a bit through the process. So I'm going to show you guys one of the videos because in that situation, I was genuinely scared, bro. I was genuinely scared. So we just going to watch it real quick because I think I say some pretty important stuff when it comes to health, when it comes to that. So, yeah, I'm going to switch to that real quick. So this is kind of scary. I'm about to go to surgery. I have trust in God. I think everything's gonna work out. Just pay attention to your health. I almost didn't go to the hospital today. Thought it was just going to, pass in its own time. Turned out it was serious enough that I could, lose something. So, but we thank God. Caught early. I don't know how to feel though. I'm kind of scared. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared. I've never done surgery before. But God's got me. God's got me. I'm gonna come out feeling better than before. Do not be afraid. That was that last phrase that I had to hold on to, bro. My mom was sending me. She was sending me different Bible verses, bro. Yeah, this is actually like I plan to say this at church, man, cause it's crazy. But let me get to the end of the story, right? So it's all right. What's it called? So it takes me into What's up, bro? Um, they take me into surgery, bro, and I I don't deal well with very serious situations. I am a person who makes jokes in those situations because sometimes I really feel like I can't handle it. Like it's a lot. Like I'm the type of person to make jokes to lighten the mood, even though it's hella serious. So I'm talking to the people, right? And I'm making jokes. I'm making the doctors laugh, bro. And it gets to the point where he tells me, he was like, "Hey, we're gonna put you under." And he was like, "You're gonna be out. The surgery is gonna be like 20 minutes, but you're probably not gonna wake up for like another hour afterwards." And they put me on that bed. They put me on that bed. Like, guys, at that point, it was just me and God, cause they put that mask over me, and I was like, Tarek, once you out, you out. So whatever you gotta say to the Father right now, you better plead your case. And I'm like, God, I know that my life is in your hands, and I trust you no matter what. But I would really like to exit this surgery with two of my jewels intact. Like I don't know. I assume God has a sense of humor, but I was like, bro, we got to be a little serious right now. I was like, bro, Lord, just be with me, just walk with me. And like I'm taking breaths. I'm like, and at this point, bro, I'm crying. But it's not like I'm sniffling like it was like it's like, bro, this is serious, bro. This is serious. Your health is serious. It's serious, man. Cause I'm like, there's only two outcomes. Either I wake up and I got all two, or I go to sleep and then I wake up with one. Right? It's all in the hands of fate at this point. Someone said what happens to those? I honestly can't even tell you. I'll probably get to it at the end of the story. And I went to sleep, bro. And here's the crazy thing about this situation. Nothing I did contributed to me experiencing this. The doctor literally told me, he was like, yeah, this just happened. Like, out of nowhere. Just like the veins twisted, no oxygen, pain, nausea, vomiting. I'm like, bro. So I go to sleep. I wake up. And like at this point, I'm like high. I'm like super high. I'm high on drugs, bro. And the lady was like, "Oh, you're awake." I don't even remember counting down. Like all I could remember was like the tears running down my cheek, and then all of a sudden I just woke up. And she was like, "How you doing?" And I was like, she was like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "Let's skip the small talk, miss, about how I'm feeling. I would like to know if I'm gonna feel an extra nut down there if I happen to put my hand in my pants. About how I'm feeling. Girl, if you don't feel me with the stats, if you don't hit me with the statistics, bro, the pressure was getting to me, man. The pressure been at me. But at that point, I could only have trust in God. Now, let me tell you how God was so good in this situation, right? There were two different situations where, she told me that I still have it. So yeah, I still have it. Surgery went well. They were like, you're gonna make a good recovery. Just don't do any strenuous activity or anything like that, and you should be good. And they were like, yeah, just take this and that. In 2 weeks, you'll be okay, right? But it really hit me because all of the things that happened that day, right? From my friend saying and deciding that she was gonna stay at my place, because I could have told her, I could have been proud and be like, no, you could go home. I'll be good by myself. I just need to throw it up. It was only because she stayed that she convinced my roommate to tell me to go to the hospital. If it wasn't the two of them, then I probably wouldn't have gone, and then I would have lost it. So I thank God for blessing me with such good friends. Someone said if you lose one, doesn't matter because don't you have one left? Let me ask you this. You have two eyes, right? If you lose one eye, you could still see? All right. Do you want to lose an eye? Get on my chat with these stupid ass questions. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but that's essentially it. I was like, I would prefer to keep it. I would prefer to keep it. I would still been fine. He told me that the doctor told me that even if I lost it, I would still be able to have kids. Oh fuck. I got I literally have iced peas on it right now. Right? He was like, even if you lose it, you'll still be able to have kids. You'll still be able to do like whatever, but you would just lose one, right? Like you would just lose one. I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like I'm not really rocking with that flow. I don't feel like losing that one, right? I'm pretty attached to it, you know. Believe it or not, me and my nuts are quite attached. I would prefer to keep a very close relationship with them. But yeah, bro, when I woke up and she told me that, bro, I was on the moon. I was on the moon, bro. You could have told me that I just beat cancer. Beat cancer. Did it hurt after? There's some mild pain, but considering what I was going through when it was like before I went to the hospital, this is nothing, bro. This is nothing. Yeah, so the reason I wanted to come and share this story, and I will be posting this on fuck. I will be posting this on YouTube, is because I want to encourage you guys to take your health seriously. I was two split decisions away from my life being changed forever. Because once that's gone, it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. Right? So I want to encourage you guys, take your health seriously, bro. Money can always come back around, but you gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention to your health. Yeah. So I hope you guys learned something from this story. Learn that God is good. God is good all the time. All the time He is good. Don't sleep on the power of prayer, bro. And keep good friends. Keep good friends. Cause, fam, I can tell you right now, if it wasn't for God and if it wasn't for them, I'd be walking around and it'd be a little light on the left side. You know? I'd be teetering every time I walk. A little extra weight on one side compared to the other. So yeah, I hope you guys appreciate this story. Before I end the stream and end the video, if you've been growing out your hair for a while, you need a little bit of extra help, I got a free hair routine down below in the description that you can get, going over what you should do to your hair from day 1 to day 7 of managing your curls. It's completely free. So please go and get it. Go download it. Go help your hair out. Also, if you're interested in the hair cap I was wearing at the beginning of the video, hair caps that I have designated towards men so you can protect your hair and your pride at the same time. Link for that will also be in the description. So go and cop yourself one of those. And yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in. If I was your friend, I would force one. I would force one. I would force one. See, then you wasn't my friend. Then you wasn't my friend. This an imposter. This an imposter. Mayo out here, he trying to make profit. But yeah, all right. I appreciate you guys coming into the stream. I will see you guys later. I love y'all. Keep up with your health. Keep praying. Get closer to God. He's gonna do amazing things in your future. I truly believe that. All right. Say toodaloo. Yo, yo, yo. We'll definitely do another stream later, but not today. I